This man was born into a billionaire family, but rejected before he even took his first breath. Years later, he comes back, not for love, not for forgiveness, but for something far more dangerous: revenge and a fortune worth billions. The story begins with a man sitting in a prison cell. His name is Becket Redfellow. He's calm, almost too calm, because in just a few hours he's going to die. As he prepares for execution, a priest walks in to hear his final confession, and that's when Becket decides to tell his story, a story of betrayal, wealth, family, and how he became a killer. We go back to the beginning. Becket was born into the powerful Redfellow family, a dynasty worth billions. But there's a problem. His mother got pregnant at a young age, and her father, the cold and ruthless Whitelaw Redfellow, completely disowned her. No money, no support, no family. Becket grows up poor, watching from the outside as his family lives in luxury. And even after his mother dies, the Redfellows still refuse to acknowledge him. That rejection, it never leaves him. Years later, he learns something shocking. The Redfellow fortune will only go to the remaining heirs in the family, and there are multiple people standing between him and everything. That's when an idea starts forming in his mind, a dangerous one. If every heir ahead of him were to disappear, then the fortune would be his. At first, it sounds insane, but the more he thinks about it, the more it starts to make sense. Becket reinserts himself into the Redfellow world, this time not as an outcast, but as someone playing a very careful game. He begins reconnecting with family members, observing them, studying their habits, their weaknesses, their secrets. And that's when we meet the rest of the family, each one rich, powerful, and completely unaware of what's coming. Among them is Noah, one of Becket's cousins. Then there's Ruth, Noah's girlfriend, who unexpectedly forms a connection with Becket. And also Julia, someone from Becket's past that brings emotional complexity into the story. For a moment, it almost feels like Becket could choose a different path, but the deeper he gets into the family, the more the resentment grows. Becket begins setting his plan in motion, carefully, quietly, one step at a time. This isn't chaos, it's calculated. Every move is designed to bring him closer to the inheritance without raising suspicion. But there's one problem. Nothing ever goes exactly as planned. As tensions rise within the family, so does the risk. And soon, people start asking questions. Authorities begin to take notice. Two investigators start digging into the Redfellow family. At first, it seems like a coincidence, but patterns begin to emerge. Something isn't right. And Becket, he realizes the walls are slowly closing in. As the pressure builds, Becket starts to change. This isn't just about money anymore. It's about identity, about proving something to a family that never accepted him. But at the same time, his relationships, especially with Ruth, begin to complicate everything. For the first time, he hesitates. Now, with suspicion rising and his plan reaching its most dangerous stage, Becket is forced to make a choice. Does he go all the way and claim everything he believes is his, or does he finally walk away before it's too late? What happens next changes everything. But I'll leave that part for you to experience. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the next story might be even crazier.